जय जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन जन रंजन यशोदनंदन भज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवरचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी विजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन भजन रंजन यशोदनंदन भजन रंजन मुनतिरावनचारि Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapistaya Bhutale Himate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namamite Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachachari Shatparini Yasmi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Yadvaita Madhava Guru Gaur Bhattachandra Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Radhavaya Rama Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Rama Hare Rama Krishna Yadavaya Rama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Rama Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudana Sri Gopinada Madana Mohana Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudana Sri Gopinada Madana Mohana Vichedanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavatu Gita Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jai Jagannath, Jai Jai Baladev, Jai Baladev, Jai Baladev, Swami Jai Baladev. जय सुभद्रा जय सुभद्रा माता जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भावतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भावतु मे जय गौरांगो गौर हरि जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि पतित पवाना गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरु नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल Hare Krishna. Let's continue with our prayers. Sorry, my voice is not that great. Having cold and cough. Please God forgive me for that. In between, I may be getting a cough. Sorry for that. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये नमो ब्राह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मण्यहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य तारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sabhabhahyantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Hope my voice is audible. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat. It's audible.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the confirmation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Shilpa Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Lavanya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Lilananda Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Muridil Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Praveen Prabhu and Puja Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Rajesh Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Satya Prabhu, Satyadev Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Swapna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Let's start sharing my screen. Hare Krishna Mataji, I think you may need to make me co-host Mataji. If it is not done. Otherwise, let me try sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm able to share it. Thank you, Mataji. Hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Okay. So Hare Krishna, we are at a chapter Canto 7. Okay, and chapter 4. Yesterday, Pavan Prabhu has explained around 15 to 20 slokas. So it was a power pack presentation by Pavan Prabhu. So last week, I think Shri Gopal Prabhu has explained. So let us do a quick summary of this particular chapter. It's a slightly bigger chapter, 46 slokas. Let us say a quick summary. What happened, what we did in this chapter. So just to give a quick summary, in this chapter 4, how Hiranyakashipu is torturing this particular universe, this entire universe is being explained here. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Just before starting the session, I would like to humble obeisance to his case, Lilananda Prabhu, okay, in his case, Balabhadra Prabhu. It is just purely it is their mercy
Hare Krishna Prabhu
to
Dandavat
do
Pranam.
some study of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. In fact, I have no qualification, even forget about studying, to even touch the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. I have absolutely no qualification even today. So it is just the mercy. Okay. His case Lilananda Prabhu and his case Balabhadra Prabhu and the Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. Having bit cold and cough. So sorry if I'm get a cough in between. Okay, so let us see a quick summary of the slokas in this chapter. Okay, for how Hiranyakashipu is torturing this universe. So the first 1 to 20 slokas we have discussed Hiranyakashipu, okay, nefarious activities after receiving the boons. Okay, what are the activities he has done that we have seen in the first 20 slokas. So let us give a quick glance. Okay, what is there in this first 20 sloka? So first, initially Brahma granted the benedictions asked by Hiranyakasipu, okay, and then Brahma has left, okay, the place. Then after that, what Hiranyakasipu activities we will be seeing in the slok we have seen from the sloka 4 to 14. Hiranyakasipu is so envy and he so influence and he so obsession of devatas. Okay, he so had a lot of intoxication and received everyone's, and he wants to receive the worship. He wants to entire universe wants to worship him. Okay, that is his thought process. That is what he want. Then the next slokas, what 15 to 18 slokas, what we have seen is Hiranyakasipu, okay, aspas, the sacrifices, shares, and controls the nature. He wants, okay, he wants to take all the sacrifices, okay, whatever devatas, whatever the manavas, humans, everything, he wants to take the shares, and he started controlling the nature. Okay, that is what he's trying to do. He's trying to do. The next 90 to 20 sloka, what we have seen is Hiranyakasipu, uncontrolled senses and dissatisfaction and pride. Okay, so uncontrolled senses. Once the senses start acting, it is not possible for us to control. So once you start enjoying the senses want more and more. Okay, this is what we generally every day to day we observe. Yeah. So and there is no satisfaction. Okay, of the senses, and the pride is continuously increasing. That is what we have seen from the sloka 1 to 20. And then sloka 21 to 29, what we have seen is the devatas approach Lord Vishnu for the protection because he's torturing this entire universe. So devatas is approached Lord Vishnu. So from 21 to 23, we have seen the distress and fear of Hiranyakasipu, the devatas worship Lord Rishikesha. So because of this distress, the devatas start worshipping or worship Lord Rishikesha. Okay. The next, the devatas hear the Lord reassuring voice. See, here the Lord voice came. Okay, after their worship. So the voice is very strong and very clear. What is that voice? So Vishnu is saying, do not fear. I am there. I shall stop Hiranyakasipu's evil acts when he teases his noble son Prahlada. Okay, when he started teasing his noble son Prahlada, I will definitely act. So what is the reassurance here? Okay, to all devatas and also to all of us, do not fear. I am there. This is a reassurance for all of us as well. So even sometimes we get a lot of fears because we do attract a lot of sense enjoyment and various other things. So if you are with the association, if you continue doing the devotional service to the extent possible for us, what is the message to us? Do not fear, I am there. The next one is 30 to 43 sloka, transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. This is a great thing which we are going to see it today. So what are the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? And as a practicing devotees, how do you acquire these qualities? That we are going to see it today. Yeah. Prahlada was a, so here a quick summary has been given. Okay. Prahlada was a self-controlled, he's a determined, he's respectful elders, affectionate to equals, and kind to poor. See, he's not same for everybody. He is shown the difference. Difference in the sense, first of all, he is self-controlled and he determined, and respectful for elders. That is what we're going to see. How respect his elders. How affectionate to equals. If somebody is equal to him, he is so affectionate. And he is kind to poor. And he surrendered to wise people and prideless. And he is prideless and unagitated. Naturally attached to the Lord. He is naturally attached. Okay. And uninterested in externals. Okay. He doesn't have much interest. Okay. On the external factors. Okay, these are the some qualities. These are the some qualities of Prahlad Maharaj that we will see more details. Okay, the next sloka from 38 to 43, which we are going to see is he is always embraced by Lord Govinda. He's Lord always in connect with Lord Govinda. Prahlada exhibits symptoms of okay caste, caste, but Hiranyakasipu torments him. Okay, so how Hiranyakasipu is giving troubles to him, but Prahlad Maharaj is always connected to Lord Govinda. That is what we will be seeing from Sloka 38 to 43. And the last part is these are all the conversation between Yudhishthira, okay, and Narada Muni. So Yudhishthira asked further questions. How did Hiranyakasipu give so much trouble to his saintly son Prahlada. He wants to understand more details. Why he is troubling so much? He wants to understand more background details on this. Okay. Parents are generally so affectionate and chastise children only to instruct them, chastise only to give some instruction to them. But this is something very unusual, but not out of enmity. So, why a father or parents will have enmity with their own son? This is so surprising me. This is what Yudhishthir Maharaj asked Narada Muni. Then the subsequent chapters Narada Muni explains. Okay, Hare Krishna. So this is a quick summary of this chapter, and the first two sections we already completed the last week and yesterday, and then subsequent sections 30 to 43 and 44 to 46 is the ones we are seeing today. Okay, hope it is clear. That is a context. Hare Krishna. So let's move on. Here we are going to see sloka 31 to 32. So for the first two slokas, I have going to read the slokas, and then after that, we'll be skipping the stay setting slokas and directly we'll be going for translations and purpose. So let us recite the sloka 31 and 32. Brahmanyaha sila sampannaha satyasantho jitendriyaha atmavatsarya bhutana mekapriya mekapriya suhutaha दासव दासवत्सन्न र्या गृहे पितृवद्दीनलवत्सलः भातृवत्सदृशे स्निग्धो गुरुशिष्यार्य भावनः विद्यार्थरूप जडन्नाढ्यो okay manastam vivarchitah. I'm not so great in pronouncing slokas. If anybody wants to pronounce, please feel free to recite these first two slokas, okay, which are very amazing, which explains the qualities of a devotee. Okay, Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to try? A wonderful sloka this is. Lavanya Mataji, want to try? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please try, Mataji. I put it in English and Telugu also.
ब्राह्मणशीलसम्पन्ना सत्यसन्धो जितेन्द्रया आत्मवत्सर्वभूतानाम् एकप्रिया सुरोत्तमा दासवसन्नतार्यं गृही पितृवदीनवत्सला भर्तवसुहृते स्निग्धो गुर्वीश्वरा भावना विद्यार्थरूपजन्माद्यो मानस्तम्भा विवर्जिता. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lavanya Mataji, wonderful reciting. Thank you, Mataji. I'll try to learn from you and Giraj Prabhu. Hare Krishna. The translation by His Grace. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The qualities of Prahlad Maharaja, okay, the son of Hiranyakasipu, are described herewith. So that is the qualities of Srila Prahlad Maharaj. So he is completely cultured as qualified Brahmana, having very good character and being determined to understand the absolute truth. Okay, even though he took a birth in a Rakshasa family, in a demonic family, okay, but his qualities are like a Brahmana, okay, and very good character. He determined, understand the absolute truth. So let us see some qualities which is being explained in this particular sloka by Vyasadeva. So he had a full control is in his sense and mind. Prahlad Maharaj at the age of such a young, okay, 4 or 5 years, okay, he had full control in his sense and mind. You know what he's doing? Like a super soul, he was a kind to every living entity and was a best friend of everyone. See, a great devotee, I get a quality of Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Krishna. That is what happened here also. So, what is a super soul? Krishna has a quality. He is kind to every living entity and he is equal to everyone and he is best friend to everyone. That is a quality of Krishna. Yes or no? That is a quality Prahlad Maharaj also got. Yeah. Okay. And he is respectable persons. He acted exactly like a menial servant. For a respectable persons, he's acted like a menial servant. Okay. To the poor, he is like a father. He's helping them. To his equals, he was attached like a brother. What is a brother do? He helps, right? To the equals, he was attached like a brother, a sympathetic brother. Yeah. And he considered his teachers. See here what he's saying. He's considered his teachers, spiritual masters, and older God brothers, means seniors, to be good as a supreme personality of God had. So his teachers, his spiritual masters, and seniors, okay, God brothers, older God brothers, okay, as good as a supreme personality of Godhead. He's giving such a utmost respect to them. See, he's treating differently. But so how he should be treated and slightly different in a different way. And that is how he's treating. So he's know very, very clearly. He was completely free from unnatural pride. He's completely free from unnatural pride. He doesn't have any pride that might have arisen from his good education, riches, beauty. Okay, and aristocracy and so on. See, such a great qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. We have to meditate on these qualities. We have to meditate on these qualities. Control his senses and mind. How do you control our senses and mind? Our senses, control of mind, depending upon what we are putting in our mind, what we are seeing, what we are watching, what we are hearing. We are chanting 2 hours in a day, but rest of 22 hours, what is it we are seeing? What is that we are watching? What is that we are seeing? The mind always think about those things. It's very important. What we are putting in our mind, what we are seeing, what we are watching, what we are hearing is very important. The rest of 22 hours. Yeah. So if you are watching various other things for a sense enjoyment, obviously, even though you're chanting 2 hours in a day, mind and senses want those things only. So we have to be very clear what is that we are doing with our senses remaining 22 hours. Yeah. So see the characters here. He is like a super soul. He was kind to every living entity and a best friend for everybody. So we should start getting these kind of qualities. Okay. And these qualities will come only when we continuously at least hear one session of Srila Prabhupada or senior devotees. Okay. And also at least to spend little time of reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. And see here, he is respectable. To the respectable person, he's acting like a menial servant. And for poor people, he's like a father helping them. And for he equals, he's like a brother. Okay. And for teachers and spiritual masters and God brothers, he's treating them as absolutely like a supreme personality of Godhead. So we have to, this is very important sloka in Bhagavatam, and we have to constantly meditate on these qualities. So let's move on to the puppet. Hare Krishna. The puppet. Grace.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhupada. Huh.
This sloka has 5 lines. It will be generally 4 lines or so, no? In Telugu
Yes.
version.
Yes, Prabhuji. But this particular sloka has 31 sloka has a 3 lines and 32 sloka has a 2 lines. That is what is being translated. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Stephen Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. There are some of the qualifications of Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana because a Vaishnava has all good qualities as Brahmana. If we are calling as a Vaishnava will have a all great qualities of a Brahmana. So here, some great qualities of a Brahmana is being explained in this sloka, okay, of Bhagavad Gita 18.42. So let us read this sloka, okay, and understand. Shimo Dama Stapaha Saucham Kshanti Rarcha Va Mevacha Jnanam Vijnana Mastikyam Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. So what is this sloka meaning? Let's try to understand. What is that it is saying? Peacefulness, a quality of Brahmana. A peacefulness is always very peaceful. And a Brahmana is always a self-control. A Brahmana is always austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities which a Brahmana work. That is what is mentioned in Sloka 18.42 from Bhagavad Gita. These qualities are manifest in the body of Vaishnava. The same qualities definitely you will see in a Vaishnava. Okay. Therefore, a perfect Vaishnava is also a perfect Brahmana, as indicated here in the words of okay Brahmanya Srila Sampannaha. A Vaishnava is always determined to understand the absolute truth. What is that he is trying to do? He is trying to, a Brahmana is trying to understand absolute truth. And to understand the absolute truth, one needs to have a full control over his senses and mind. A Brahmana should always have a control on his senses and mind. If he cannot have a control on his senses and mind, how can he focus? How can he understand the absolute truth? Krishna, which is simply not possible. So these are the qualities of Brahmana. Prahlad Maharaj possessed all these qualities. A Vaishnava is always a well-wisher to everyone. This is a great quality, a well-wisher to everyone in this universe. The six Goswamis, for example, are described in this way. What it is saying? Okay. Dhira Dhira Jana Priyayu. Were very popular. They were popular in both gentle and ruffians. A Vaishnava must be equal to everyone, regardless of one's position. Okay, Vaishnava is, he will see everyone equal. That is a great quality of Vaishnava. He's taking the examples of six Goswamis. So how the six Goswamis treated in Vrindavan. So here the next, Atmavat. A Vaishnava should be like Paramatma. What is that Paramatma is saying? Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam Udesharjuna tishtati. Paramatma does not hate anyone. That great quality of Paramatma, a Vaishnava also will get. Paramatma does not hate anyone. Indeed, he is in the art of Brahmana. But he is also even in the heart of a pig. See, if Paramatma is there in the heart, we are able to do our activities. Paramatma is there in every jiva. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. See here the point. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. Rudesha Arjuna Tishtati. I am there in the heart of every jivas. That is what here Krishna is telling. I am there in the heart of. Otherwise, they can't do their activity. Tomorrow, sometime, I take the birth of a worm. Krishna has to come because I cannot survive in that as a worm without Paramatma. So he is in the heart of Brahmana and also he is in the heart of a pig. As a moon, see here. Here we are getting an example from Prabhupada. As a moon never refuses to distribute its pleasing rays even to the home of Chandala and Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is a family. Okay, is sitting flat number one. Okay, Chandala is sitting in flat number two or plot number two. Okay, and moon rays comes to both of them equally. So, the same way, a Vaishnava never refuses to act for everyone's welfare. He treats everyone equal and he shares Krishna conscious to everyone. He shares Bhagavad Gita knowledge, Bhagavatam knowledge to everyone. That is what this particular Prabhupada is explaining. Therefore, a Vaishnava is always obedient to spiritual master. Here, the spiritual master is being called as a Arya. Arya. So, a Vaishnava is always obedient to spiritual master. He takes the instruction of spiritual master and and just to take the instructions of spiritual master and just executes. Nothing else. Okay. The word Arya refers to one who is advanced in knowledge. One who is deficient in knowledge cannot be called as Arya. So Srila Prabhupada is giving the definition of Arya. Arya means is somebody knowledge, knowledge about devotion, knowledge about Krishna. However, at present, however, the word Arya used to refer to those who are godless. Okay, sometimes that is also happening, but this is unfortunate situation of Kali Yuga. That is what is Prabhupada is mentioning. But Arya means a knowledgeable person who is advanced knowledge on Krishna. The word Guru refers to a spiritual master who initiates his disciples into the advancement in the science of Krishna or a Krishna conscious. That is what a Guru. A guru means a somebody giving initiation to us and he is making us to advancement and connecting to Krishna, who is a supreme person of the Godhead. Then only that person is a guru. As stated in Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, Sri Bhagavan Mantropa Deseke Guruve iti Arthaha. This is what the definition meaning. Okay, it is this. He initiates his disciples into the advancement in the science of Krishna or Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Let's move on. Hope we can move. So we are moving to Sloka 33. Hope my voice and pace, pitch, everything is fine. Okay, Hare Krishna. If voice is not clear, if anything is not clear, so please pause. Okay, we can discuss further. Hare Krishna, Lilananda Prabhu. If anything, I'm going deviating, okay, from the translation or purport, please intervene. Anybody here, Prabhuji's Mataji's, please intervene and correct. Yeah, Hare Krishna. I'm trying to follow the Srila Prabhupada translations and the purports only. I'm not trying to give my own interpretation here. Hare Krishna, I'll try to do as much as possible to stick to the Prabhupada translations and purports. The Sloka 33. So what is that? The characteristics of Prahlad Maharaj is going to be further explained in this particular translation. So let us understand. Anybody wants to read the translation? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please go ahead, Mataji. Yeah.
Translation and purports by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of Asuras, he himself was not an Asura, but a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Unlike the other Asuras, he was never envious of Vaishnavas. He was not agitated when put into danger, and he was neither directly or indirectly interested in the fruitive activities described in the Vedas. Indeed, he considered everything material to be useless, and therefore he was completely devoid of material desires. He always controlled his senses and life air, and being of steady intelligence and determination, he subdued all lusty desires.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. Wonderful reading. Okay. See, we all know where is Prahlad Maharaj took birth in a Asura family. But like other Asuras, he never envious to Vaishnavas. Today morning, I was trying to check what is the previous birth of Prahlad Maharaj. So I came to know that he was a Brahmana in his previous birth. I think the name is Vasu Sarma. I think if I am correct, Vasu Sarma. So, so he was led a Brahmana life, but he has a strong desire that he wants to improve his devotion. He has a strong vow. He took a strong vote that he wants to improve his devotion towards Lord Krishna, Supreme Person of the Godhead. So because of that, the next Janma, he took the birth of Prahlad Maharaj. That's what I had a quick reading. So, unlike the Asuras, he never had a envious of Vaishnavas. This is one of the great thing, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Even though he is an Asura, he never had a envious of Vaishnavas. This is very important. Okay, this envy is one of the very dangerous thing. So even in when we are doing the spiritual activities also, sometimes because of the materialistic nature of our mind, this enviness comes to the picture. Okay, suppose like in spiritual activities, suppose I am doing 16 malas, someone else is doing some 20 malas or 25 malas. We should take it as a inspiration. Okay, and we should not envy of that other Vaishnava. That is very very bad character. Okay, see, when a envy comes, let us compare. Let us think a little bit. When envy comes when we are doing a comparison. Can we compare a spiritual activity with a material activity? It is not possible for us to compare. We don't know the heart of a Vaishnava. Is it possible for us to compare the heart of one Vaishnava with another Vaishnava? It is simply not possible. Who know the heart of Vaishnava? It's only the Krishna know the heart of a Vaishnava, and no one else know. So how it is possible for us to compare, okay, with a materialistic mindset, even for a spiritual activities? So we should think when our mind is really doing such comparison, immediately we should think what we in this world, in satsang, in the spiritual, in when we are doing conducting satsangs or when we are doing all these things, we should think that these are spiritual activities, and there is no way can be compared with these material activities. Just because our mind sits in the material world, it always even try to compare, okay, the spiritual activities with the materialistic tendencies. So we should be very very careful on this particular point. So I try to put this particular point in a red color, so it's very important. Okay, he was neither directly or nor indirectly interested in the fruitive activities described in Vedas. If you are expecting some fruitive activities because of the satsangs which we are doing, which we are conducting, the japa which we are doing, harti we are doing, okay, then the comparisons comes, Prabhuji's, Mataji's. If we are heartfully not expecting any fruitive results, then where is comparison? There is no comparison. If you are not expecting any result, so you are expecting, your comparison means think, do retrospection. Okay, do retrospection and think where we are doing wrong. Why mind is thinking like that? Means we are expecting some material desire from the spiritual activities. Because of that, this enviness is coming. And then correct ourselves. Pray Krishna, pray Krishna, pray Krishna. That these things are coming in our mind. If it is coming, that take off this mindset, take off that comparison attachment. Hare Krishna. Okay, indeed, he considered everything material to be useless. That is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. We have to meditate on these slokas because these are the a character of a pure Vaishnava. So indeed, he considered everything material to be useless. Why it is useless? Because it is temporary. What we are seeing is a temporary. Today it is my house, tomorrow someone else. Today it is my land, tomorrow someone else. And therefore, he was completely devoid of material desires. He always controlled his senses and life here. He always controlled his senses and life here, and being steady intelligence and determination, he subdued all lusty desires. It is possible only if we have a strong sadhana. So first we have to check ourselves. How is our sadhana? His Grace Leonard Prabhu always checks. How is our sadhana? How is our 16 malas are going? Are we listening our mantra? Are we listening Hare Krishna Maha Mantra when we are saying? How many mantras we are able to hear in a mala of 108? How many mantras we are not able to hear? We had a lot of affirmations we have taken on 31st night. Okay, remember those affirmations when we have done in front of Krishna. Remember those. Let us all remember those affirmations. It's been recorded as well. And see, at least once in a month, let us hear those affirmations and try to follow. If not follow, if not all, definitely we'll be able to follow some of the affirmations. Yeah, which we have taken on 31st night. So, but let's understand little purport Prabhupada has given to all of us. From these verses, we discover that a man is not qualified or discovered simply by birth. Prabhuji, Mataji, Hare Krishna, what qualifications we have to study Bhagavatam? What life we led past 45 years? Okay, I am at the age of 49 now. So I am into Krishna conscious maybe 4 years. What kind of life I led? 45 years. Where I took the birth. See here, Prabhupada is writing in a very strong sentence. He's telling us it's so hopeful for us. It's giving a lot of hope. From this birth, we discover that the man is not qualified or disqualified simply at birth. We can't qualify saying that I took a birth in this family, or I can't be qualified by taking the birth in this family. See, such a great sentence for us. Prahlad Maharaja was Asura by birth. Okay. Yet he possessed all the qualities of perfect Brahmana. Brahmanyaha Sila Sampannaha. So we can acquire the quality of Brahmana. We can acquire the quality of Vaishnava. It is a possible in this birth, but doesn't matter which family we took birth. Because we got connected to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Guru Parampara, and Srila Prabhupada. And we are issued. Bhakti is not seen. Try to understand the translation of Srila Prabhupada. Understand the puppets of Srila Prabhupada. And be with the association. And we are done. Anyone can become a fully qualified Brahmana under the direction of spiritual master. See here, anyone can become fully qualified Brahmana under the direction of spiritual master. Prahlad Maharaj provided a vivid example how to think a spiritual master and accepted his directions calmly. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Here we are in the Krishna conscious, maybe some years, maybe some of us are 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years, or 10 years. Let's compare our lives before Krishna conscious and after Krishna conscious. I am saying we have anarthas, but in Krishna conscious, we're able to find out, accept that yes, I have these anarthas. Before Krishna conscious, if somebody says that I have these anarthas, are we able to digest? Are we able to accept that I have these anarthas? No, we never. I never used to accept saying that. If somebody says that I have these anarthas, I never used to accept. But today I'm able to accept saying that yes, I have these anarthas. And I know that I have to pray Krishna. I have to pray devotees. Okay, I have to pray Guru Maharaj to take off these anarthas. We know clearly, at least to some extent, we know what is our current situation, what was our situation, how was our mind, how attracted to our senses. Now also we are attracted, but we know what we are doing. Yeah, Hare Krishna. But definitely there is a difference. So we know that we are going in a right direction. So that comparison is required every year, every month, every week, where we are going towards. Hare Krishna. Let's move to the next sloka. So some more characters of Srila Prahlad Maharaj we are going to see. O King, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints, learned saints and Vaishnavas. Narada Maharshi is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So that is what we are seeing. All good qualities are always found existing in Supreme Person of the Godhead. They also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. So whatever the great qualities of Supreme Personality of Godhead will get to his devotees as well. That is what is this sloka is talking about. So let us quickly read the purport. Anybody wants to read the purport? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Satyadev Prabhu. Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From the authoritative scriptures, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka, as well as within this material world on the planet Sutala. These transcendental qualities of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka eva nivasate eva nivasate akhilatma bhutaha. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists on his own planet, Goloka Vrindavan. A devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of Lord because of unalloyed devotional service. Ordinary living beings cannot be cannot be so qualified, but a devotee can be qualified like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full but partially.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful reading, Satyadev Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So here it is saying, see, from a authoritative scriptures, it has been learned that Prahlad Maharaj is living in Vaikunta and as well as in this material world, Sutala planet. So this kind of quality, who has this kind of quality? Only Supreme Person of the Godhead has this kind of quality. He can live in Goloka and also he can live in the heart, everyone's heart. Okay, that is what is Prabhupada is saying. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhutaha. See, Sanskrit is very close to Telugu. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhutaha. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart. Yet he exists in whose planet Goloka Vrindavana. This cannot understand by Advaita philosophers. Advaita thinks that everywhere Krishna is there, there is no Goloka, there is no Vaikuntha. Everyone is same. It is very clear, okay, in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam that Krishna is there in Vaikuntha, Goloka, and also is there in everyone's heart. A devotee acquires qualities almost same as the Lord because of unallied devotional service. So here Prabhupada is explaining how a devotee is getting those such qualities. It is because of unalloyed devotional service, because of the devotional service which is continuously without any interruption, unalloyed, okay, without any interruption, unalloyed. There is no mix. There is no mix of another metal that is unalloyed. Okay, it's a pure devotional service. Because of that, a devotee also gets the quality of Lord. Ordinary living beings cannot be so qualified. But a devotee can be qualified like a supreme person of the Godhead, okay, not in full, but partially. He may not be getting, even though honorary devote service, he may not be getting full qualities of Krishna. But definitely a devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj, will get some qualities of Krishna. That is what here we understood. Hare Krishna. Next to sloka, sloka 25. In any assembly where there are discourses about science and devotees, O King Yudhishthira, even the enemies of demons, namely demigods, want to speak, want what to speak of you, would cite Prahlad Maharaj as an example of a great devotee. Wherever the discussions happen, wherever satsangs happen, always, okay, saints, okay, Maharajas, senior Prabhujis, talk about Prahlad Maharaj. He is such a great devotee. That is what this particular sloka is talking about. Hare Krishna. Let's move on. We have great purports. Okay. So let's understand little more from sloka 36. Translation. Who could list the innumerable transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? It is not possible for us to list the great qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. That is what Narada Maharshi is telling. He had unflinching faith in Vasudeva. He has unflinching faith, such a strong faith on Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, and unalloyed devotion to him. His attachment to Lord Krishna was natural because of his previous devotional service. Although his good qualities cannot be enumerated, they prove that he was a great soul, Mahatma. Here, the definition of Mahatma is coming. Whatever we are hearing, the definition of Mahatma is not correct. Here in Bhagavatam, we are going to hear the definition of Mahatma. So let us understand what still Prabhupada is going to give a definition of Mahatma. Who is Mahatma? Whom we should call as a Mahatma? Okay. So the purport. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to read the purport? Or I can read myself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shall I read?
Yeah, please go ahead, Praveen Prabhu.
Yeah. In these prayers to the 10 incarnation, Jayadeva Goswami says, Kesava Dhritam Narhari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Mm.
Prahlada Maharaj was a devotee of Lord Narasimha, who is Keshava, Krishna himself. Therefore, when this verse says Vasudeva Bhagavati, one should understand that Prahlada Maharaj attachment for Narasimha Dev was attachment for Krishna. Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. Uh, Prahlad Maharaj, therefore, is described as a great Mahatma, as the Lord Himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mam Prapadate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Same Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. A great devotee of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is a great soul, very rarely to be found. Prahlad Maharaj's attachment for Krishna will be explained in the next verse. Krishna Graha
Grihitmami.
Gatyatama.
Grihita.
Prahlad Maharaj's heart was always filled with the thoughts of Krishna. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is the ideal devotee in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna, Praveen Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Wonderful reading, Prabhu. Thank you. Here, the Mahatma, where it is coming, in this Bhagavad Gita 7.19, that sloka is coming. Bahunam janma namante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudevaha sarvamiti samahatma sadurlabaha. Here we got the definition of Mahatma. Who is Mahatma? After many births and many deaths, he who actually in the knowledge surrenders into me. Who surrenders to me? Who surrenders to Krishna? Knowing me, know about little about Krishna, and understanding that he is cause of all causes. Such a great soul is very rare. That soul, Krishna is calling Mahatma. Sa Mahatma. Sa Durlabaha. Very rare. A great devotee of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Vasudeva. Son of Vasudeva. A great soul is very to be found. So, here let us understand what is this surrender. What is surrender? What is surrender is nothing but I am hearing from His Grace Balagovinda Prabhu a few months back. He gave a understanding, little more understanding. What does it mean by surrendering? What is surrendering? I am surrendering to my wife, or my wife is surrendering to me. Okay, I am surrendering to my father, or I am surrendering to my mother, or I am surrendering to my guru. What does it mean by surrendering? I heard from His Grace Balagovinda Prabhu a few weeks, maybe a few months back. Okay, from his Bhagavatam session, everyday Bhagavatam happens. So, Prabhuji explained surrendering means nothing but following, following the instructions, listening them, following the instructions. That's it. That is what is surrendering. Hare Krishna. If you are following or you are surrendering to your Guru Maharaj means following his instructions. That's it. As simple as that. ప్రభుజీ ఏమన్నారంటే వాళ్ళ మాట వినటమే సరెండరింగ్ అన్నారు ప్రభుజీ. సరెండరింగ్ అంటే ఇంకేటో కాదు, జస్ట్ ఫాలోయింగ్ ద ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్. నా భార్య మాట నేను వినటం, ఐఎమ్ సరెండరింగ్ టు హర్. ఆర్ నా మాట తను వినటం, షీ సరెండరింగ్ టు మీ. ఇట్ ఈస్ యాజ్ సింపుల్ యాజ్ దాట్. సో ప్రభుజీ హ్యాస్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ దట్ వే. సో ఆర్ we surrendering to our Guru Maharaj? Are we surrendering to Krishna? What is it Krishna is saying? Krishna is saying that always remember me. See me in all your activities. Surrender your results to me. That is what is Krishna saying. Are we hearing these instructions? Are we following these instructions? If so, how much we are following? Are we following 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, 20%? Let us introspect ourselves and see how can we increase that. As simple as that. Then the surrendering levels will increase. I'm not saying that we are not surrendered. We are surrendered. Because we all surrendered, we are here and sitting and listening or hearing Bhagavatam. Even such a most fallen souls, person like me, just listening the purpose and translations. So we surrendered. But what is that surrender level? We have to ask ourselves. And then we should move towards to improve that surrendering. Hare Krishna. Because
Hare
his
Krishna.
surrendering is 100%. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Lilananda Prabhu. You want to add something, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. No, I just wanted to tell Prabhu that your lecture is so hope giving and so assuring, Prabhu. It is really helping me today morning. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I am zero, Prabhu. I am at a zero level, Prabhu. Not even at a zero negative level, Prabhu. There is so much surrendering required, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for your kind words. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So that surrendering, we have to ask ourselves and move towards that. Hare Krishna. Let's move on to the next sloka, sloka 37. From the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj, from the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playthings. We have to ask ourselves, we have to draft a note. How many childish playthings we are doing today? Let's make a note out of it. Do you think we are not doing? I am doing. We are doing. Maybe once upon a time we might be doing 20 things, but maybe we might be doing 4 or 5 things today. But what is that we are doing? Let us note down where is our time is going. But Prahlad Maharaj, if you see here, very beginning of childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was completely uninterested. Let's ask ourselves, how many times we are opening YouTube? Let's note it down. How many times we are opening our Gmail? How many times we are opening Facebook? How many times we are opening Twitter? How many times we are watching short videos? Let us note it down. Let us note it down. I am not saying that we have to make it zero today itself, but let us see, let us measure and try to reduce as much as possible. And this is the instructions from Narada Muni to all of us. And for the instructions for what? If you want to be really serious, if you really want to be serious in this spiritual journey, in the Krishna conscious, we have to note down all these points. He's completely uninterested, Prahlad Maharaj, from his childhood. Indeed, he gave them up altogether and reminded silent and dull and being fully absorbed in Krishna conscious. That is what Prahlad Maharaj. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna conscious, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in the activities of sense gratification. That is what. See, we have to ask one thing, as even Lilananda Prabhu mentioned. We have to crave when a new year comes. When a new year comes, it is different for devotees actually. 1 year gone. I am at the age of 49. My mother left at the age of 63. My father left at the age of 73. Let's take my age at the age of 49. Let's say average. I know their health. I know my health. What is going to be my expiry date? Have a imagination number. Say 60. Now how many years left for me? Hardly 10 years. So how much Shastra is left out for me to go through? Bhagavatam is not yet complete. Charitam is not yet complete. And what else is left? So much left. But how much time is left? Ask ourselves. Let's ask ourselves. Have a logical number. If something comes beyond to that, that's a bonus for us. We should have this number in our mind. Nothing wrong. Have an average of our mother and father or our forefathers and get some number based on our health conditions. We know our health. How strong? What is that we are eating today? It's all poisonous food. And how some kind of, and how serious we are in japa. Consider all these things and put our efforts on our sadhana. It's all self-introspection. It's all self-introspection. Nobody come and judge us. Nobody can come and judge. Only between you and nobody is there between you, us and Krishna. Nobody is there. Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to read Prabhupada?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. Prahlad Maharaj is the vivid example of a great person fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 8.274, it is said, Sthavara Jangama Dekhe Na Dekhe Tara Murti Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. A fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere. This is the sign of Mahabhagavata. The Mahabhagavata sees Krishna everywhere because of his attitude of pure love for Krishna, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 5.38. प्रेमाञ्जनच्छुरित भक्तिविलोचनेन शन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship the primeval Lord, Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamasundara, situated within the heart of a devotee. An exalted devotee or Mahatma who is rarely to be seen remains fully conscious of Krishna and constantly sees the Lord within the core of his heart. It is sometimes said that when one is influenced by evil stars like Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, he cannot make advancement in prospective activity. In just opposite way, Prahlad Maharaj was influenced by Krishna, the supreme planet, the the supreme planet, and thus he could not think of the material world and live without Krishna consciousness. That is the sign of Mahabhagavata. Even if one is an enemy of Krishna, a Mahabhagavata sees him to be also engaged in Krishna's service. Another crude example is that everything appears yellow to the jaundiced eye. Similarly, to a Mahabhagavata, everyone but himself appears to be engaged in Krishna's service. You want me to continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you. Prahlad Maharaj is the approved Mahabhagavata, the supreme devotee. In the previous verse, it was stated that he had natural attachment. Naisangarki Ratihi. The symptoms of such natural attachment of Krishna are described in this verse. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, he had no interest in playing. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.42, Viraktir Anyatachaha. The symptom of perfect Krishna consciousness is that one loses interest in all the material activities. For a small boy to give up playing is impossible, but Prahalad Maharaj, being situated in first class devotional service, was always absorbed in the trance of Krishna consciousness. Just as a materialistic person is always absorbed in thoughts of material gain, a Mahabhagavata like Prahalad Maharaj is always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Srivali Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Wonderful reading. Very well. So very wonderful sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sthavara Jangama Dekhe Na Dekhe Taramurti Sarvatra Hayanija Ishta Deva Spurti. A fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere. A fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, he is living in this person, he or she is living in this person, does not see anything but Krishna. He sees Krishna, he or she Krishna in a devotee, a non-devotee, a living thing, a non-living thing, in any animal. A devotee sees Krishna. This is a sign of Mahabhagavata. The Mahabhagavata sees Krishna everywhere because of his attitude of poor love for Krishna. Like in some movies we see, okay, there is a two lovers are there, okay, two lovers are just wife and husband, just recently married. That fellow sees his wife everywhere. I have seen some movies. This is exactly like that. It's not a great comparison, but it is similar that because he loves her so much, he sees everywhere. As confirmed in Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned, I worship the premier Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are annoyed with the pulp of love. He is seen his eternal form of Shyama Sundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. Hare Krishna. There is another important line is being very striking, Prabhuji, Mataji here. Is it is been mentioned here. Prahlad Maharaj was influenced by Krishna, the supreme planet, and thus he could not think the material world and live without Krishna conscious. See here, he is not able to live without Krishna conscious. That is a sign of Mahabhagavata. And there is another important line which is very striking, is which I have put it in red color. Even if one is enemy of Krishna, this is very important. Means he's a non-devotee. He's not a non-devotee. He says that there is no Krishna, there is no God exist. He's a asura. He says that there is no God exist. I am the supreme. He's not even a neutral. A Bhagavata, Prahlad Maharaj thinks that he is also engaged in Krishna service. See here, his own father, his father, he thinks that he is also in the service of Krishna. That is the mindset of Prahlad Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. When you see the previous life of Prahlad Maharaj, he has a strong desire to become a devotee of Krishna. He had a strong devotee. He is Vasu Sharma, if I read it. Okay, today morning only I tried to spend some time. Vasu Sharma. Okay, he had a sense gratification. He had a sense gratification in his previous birth, but he had one desire. What is that his desire? A strong desire he had. I want to become a strong devotee, very, very strong devotion to Krishna. That he has a strong desire. Then his life, he became that. So, what is that? We also should have. Okay, today we are not a devotee. We are not a Bhagavata. We are not a Mahabhagavata. We are not even a Bhagavata. But what is that we need? We need to have the desire. So His Grace Lilananda Prabhu, His Grace Balagovinda Prabhu told many times, what is that we need? We should have desire. Do we have the desire? How strong is the desire? Based upon the strength of the desire, Krishna will feel free. If not in this life, next life. But do we have the desire? How do I get that desire? The desire only come by hearing the devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, by hearing Bhagavatam, by hearing from senior Prabhujis, by hearing from Maharajas. The desire cannot come so easily, Prabhujis, Matajis. By hearing those desires, by hearing these great qualities of Prahlad Maharaj, are we not getting the intention saying that I should have such qualities? We are getting such kind of desire. That desire has to become more strengthened. Then Krishna will see. Krishna will grant at some point. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let's move on. Next to sloka 38. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj was always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, thus being always embraced by the Lord. He did not know how his bodily necessities, such as sitting, walking, eating, lying down, drinking, and talking, were being automatically performed. He is in Krishna conscious, but he is not eating, he is eating. He is not sitting, walking, eating, lying down, everything is happening. But his mind is in Krishna, with Krishna. That is another great character of Mahabhagavat. A small child, while being cared by for his mother, by his mother, does not know how the needs of the body for eating, sleeping, lying down, passing water, and awakening are being fulfilled automatically. He is simply satisfied to be on the lap of the mother. This is what a small kid do. He doesn't take care, bother about all these things. Am I sleeping? Am I eating? Am I passing urine? Everything is taken care by mother. Simply, Prahlad Maharaj was exactly like a small child being cared by Govinda. Govinda is taking care of everything because he's fully dependent on Govinda. The necessity, the necessary activities of his body were performed without the necessary activities of his body were performed without his knowledge, automatically happening. As a father and mother care of their child, that is what we do, right? We take care of our child. Govinda cared for Prahlad Maharaj, who remained always absorbed in the thoughts of Govinda. This is Krishna conscious, everything automatically happening. Prahlad Maharaj is vivid example of perfection of Krishna conscious. You want to become a devotee, then we have to read this Canto 7 very, very carefully, very, very clearly. Every sloka needs to understand, needs to meditate. You want to become or not? You want to become, we have to spend time. No other choice, Prabhuji's Mataji. Wonderful canto. We are so fortunate to get Bhagavatam set in our home. We are so fortunate. Hare Krishna. Sloka 39. Because of advancements of Krishna consciousness, he sometimes cried. He's like a Bhagavata. He's cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed jubilation, and sometimes sang loudly. He's like a mad person. Sometimes cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed, okay, jubilation, sometimes sang so loudly. So he was shouting, maybe when he's thinking that Krishna has gone far away. When Krishna comes to very near to him, he was laughing. So these are all the characteristics of Mahabhagavat. He's like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so let us understand more from purport. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to read the purport? Okay, no problem. I will just complete it quickly. Purport.
I will read.
Okay, Sunil Prabhu, you want to read? Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
This verse further clarifies the comparison of a devotee to a child. If a mother leaves her small child in his bed or cradle and goes away to attend some family duties, the child immediately understands that his mother has gone away and therefore he cries. But as soon as the mother returns and cares for the child laughs and becomes jubilant. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj, being always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, sometimes felt separation, thinking, where is Krishna? This is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shunyatam Jagat Sarvam Govind Verename. I see everything vacant without Govinda. When an exalted devotee feels that Krishna is invisible, having gone away, he cries in separation. And sometimes, when he sees that Krishna has returned to care for him, he laughs, just as a child sometimes laughs upon understanding that his mother is taking care of him. These symptoms are called bhava. In the nectar of devotion, various bhavas, aesthetic conditions of a devotee, are fully described. These bhavas are visible in the activities of a perfect devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sunil Prabhu, thank you very much. Wonderful reading. Haribol. Prabhupada, we cannot understand the symptoms of a Mahabhagavata. Okay, he's cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed jubilation. We can't understand all this because we can't understand a Mahabhagavata, a pure devotee. So Prabhupada tried to explain in a very easiest way for us to understand this. He has taken an example of a child. A verse further clarified a comparison of devotee to a child. If a mother leaves a small child in a bed, okay, or a cradle, goes away for a family duties, the child immediately understands that the mother has gone and immediately cries. Okay, as soon as the mother returns and takes care of the lifts that child, and again child immediately laughs. This is what exactly happens for a pure devotee also. When he thinks that Krishna is moving forward, he louds so he shouts, just shouts, Krishna, Govinda. Okay. When he sees that the Krishna is come to very near to him, he laughs. Just exactly like that. So what is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said? Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj being always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, sometimes felt separation, thinking, where is Krishna? This is explained in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seeing? That Sunyayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahiname. I see everything vacant without Govinda. Are we feeling vacant? How much vacant are we feeling? 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 0%? Let's ask ourselves. Hare Krishna. Let's move to next to sloka 40. Sometimes, upon seeing the Supreme Person of the Godhead, Prahlad Maharaj would loudly call with full anxiety. He's calling with full anxiety. He sometimes lost his shyness in jubilation and begin dancing in ecstasy. And sometimes, being fully absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, he felt oneness and and imitated the pastimes of Lord. He was not in this world. Prahlad Maharaj, even though he is living here, he is not in this world. He is altogether in a different world. He is doing a pastimes with Krishna. That is what is a Mahabhagavati is purport. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to read the puppet? We just have only 6 more slokas. Yeah, go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Translations and Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. Prahlad Maharaj sometimes felt that the Lord was far away from him and therefore called him loudly. When he saw that the Lord was before him, he was fully jubilant. Sometimes thinking himself one with the Supreme, he imitated the Lord's pastime, and in separation from Lord, he would sometimes show symptoms of madness. These feelings of a devotee would not be appreciated by impersonalists. One must go further and further into spiritual understanding. The first realization is impersonal Brahman, but one must go still further to realize Paramatma and eventually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipped by the transcendental feelings of a devotee in a relationship of Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Here, the feelings of Prahlad Maharaj were in the mellow of Vatsalya, filial love and affection. As a child cries when left by his mother, when Prahlad Maharaj felt that the Lord was away from him, he began to cry, Narita, Nadati. Again, a devotee like Prahlad sometimes sees that the Lord is coming from a long distance to pacify him, like a mother responding to a child, saying, My dear child, do not cry, I am coming. Then the devotee, without being ashamed due to his surroundings and circumstances, begins to dance, thinking, Here is my Lord is coming. Thus, the devotee, in full ecstasy, sometimes imitates the pastimes of the Lord, just as the cowherd boys used to imitate the behavior of the jungle animals. However, he does not actually become the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj achieved the spiritual ecstasies described herein by his advancement in spiritual understanding. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Shilpa Mataji. Wonderful reading, Haripur. Thank you very much. So here, as we all know that, okay, we have these 5 rasas. Okay, the relationship with Supreme. It could be with Shanta rasa, or Dasya rasa, or Sakhya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, or Madhurya rasa. Okay, here Prahlad Maharaj is with Vatsalya rasa. He is taking the Krishna as his father. So because of that, when the father or mother is just going away, the child simply cries and shouts and do whatever, everything to to get the attention of his father. And when the mother or father comes, he immediately feels very happy and he smiles. This is what exactly happening for Prahlad Maharaj as well. My dear child, do not cry, I am coming. So then the devotee, without being ashamed due to his surroundings and circumstances, begin to dance. He doesn't care what is happening in the external world. immediately start dancing, thinking, here is my Lord is coming. Thus the devotee is full of ecstasy, sometimes imitates the pastimes of Lord. Just the coward boys used to imitate the behavior of jungles and animals. Behavior the jungle animals. Okay, coward boys. Okay, in 10th canto we see. Okay, um, Gopa boys are imitating some animals. So, however, he does not actually become the Lord. Okay, the devotee can never become Lord. Prahlad Maharaj achieved the spiritual ecstasis described here with by his advancement in the spiritual understanding. That is what is happening. So he is in Vatsalya Rasa. Hare Krishna. That is what we learned in this sloka. So let's move on to the next sloka, sloka 41. I'll go a little fast. Um, Sometimes feeling the touch of the Lord's lotus hands, he has a feeling that he is touching the lotus hands. Hare Krishna. At what stage Prahlad Maharaj is? And he became spiritually jubilant and remained silent. His ears are standing on the end of, and the tears are gliding down from his half closed eyes because of his love for the Lord. See, Prahlad Maharaj is feeling that he's touching the hands of Narsimhadev, that he's touching his father, he's touching his mother. When a devotee feels separation from the Lord, he becomes eager to see where the Lord is. And sometimes when he feels pangs of separation, tears flow incessantly from his half closed eyes. When we feel that somebody very close person is not there, is so far, you get a cry, right? That is what is exactly happening here. As stated in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sishtastaka. Okay, Yugaita Nimesa Chakshusha Prabhusha. Okay, Prabhushayatam. Tears flow from the eyes like torrents of rain, and I see the entire world as white. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, because he is feeling the separation from Krishna. The words Chakshusha Prabhushayitam refers to the tears falling incessantly from the devotee's eyes. These symptoms, which appear in pure devotional ecstasy, were visible in the body of Prahlad Maharaj. Here, Prahlad Maharaj is getting compared from Bhagavatam with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. So he's in Vatsalya Rasa. Hare Krishna. The next sloka, 42. Because of his association with the perfect unalloyed devotees, who had nothing to do with anything material. Prahlad Maharaj constantly engaged in the service of Lord's lotus feet. By seeing his bodily features, when he was in the perfect ecstasy, persons very poor in spiritual understanding become purified. If you connect with such kind of devotees, we also become purified. That is what he's saying. In other words, Prahlad Maharaj bestowed upon them transcendental bliss. If somebody associated with Prahlad Maharaj, they also become purified. That is what this sloka 42 is saying. So let's understand quickly the sloka 42. Apparently, Prahlad Maharaj was placed in the circumstances in which he was always tortured by his father. That is what is happening. We all know that. In such material condition, one cannot have undisturbed mind, because somebody is torturing you will have undisturbed mind. But since bhakti is unconditional, okay, I hate to ki apratihata. Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by chastisement by Hiranyakasipu. He is not caring, okay, what is happening to him, what kind of torture he is undergoing. But his mind is on Krishna. It's not easy, Prabhuji's Mataji's. But we need to understand Prahlad Maharaj's mindset so that at some point, if not, we may reach a 0.1% of the devotion of Prahlad Maharaj. That is where we are reading these translations and purports. On the contrary, the bodily symptoms of his ecstatic love for the Supreme Person of the Godhead turned the minds of friends who had also been born in athletic families. Instead of being disturbed by the tournaments of his father, see, we also been tortured by this world, material world. Are we not tortured? We are tortured. Okay, but he's been tortured by his father, but we are tortured by in this material world. Prahlad Maharaj influenced these friends and cleansed their minds because of his devotion on the Krishna. That itself, his association is cleaning his friends' minds also. See here, a devotee never contaminated by these material conditions. We are all in miserable conditions only. We are all suffering. But the persons subject to the material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful upon seeing the behavior of a pure devotee. When we see a pure devotee, our minds also change. Today, Indrajum Maharaj, His Holiness Indrajum Maharaj is coming. He has given his entire life to Krishna, to Srila Prabhupada, to Guru Parampara. So we should take the opportunity to see such devotees, to take the such a wonderful, pure devotees. Then we may get a 0.00001%, if not in this life, next life. That is what we should pray for. That is where this is what exactly talking about association. Here, Vyasadeva is telling, Narada Maharshi is telling, take the association of pure devotees. We are so fortunate to get the devotees into Gachibowli Bhakti Center. So take the association. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. This sloka is talking about take the association, take the association. Okay. My dear King Yudhishthira, the demon Hiranyakasipu tormented this exalted, okay, fortunate devotee, although Prahlada was his own son, even to his own son. This is what happened to him. Okay, purport. When a demon like Hiranyakasipu, despite his elevated position, due to severe austerity, began to tease a devotee, he begins falling down. Even the person, such a great boons he has, he starts touching a devotee. Then the falling down is started. And the result of his austerities dwindle. One who opposes a pure devotee loses all result of his austerities. We have to remember this. What is it we have to remember? Who oppresses a pure devotee loses all the result of his austerities. Whatever he has done, it will lose. Penances, tapasyas, and pious activities. Whatever pious activities, whatever penances, tapasas we do, everything will be vanish. Once you start giving troubles to a pure devotee, okay, we have to remember this particular point also very, very well. Since Hiranyakasipu was now inclined to chastise his most exalted devotee son, Prahlad Maharaj, his appliances began dwindling. This is what happening. But Prabhuji's Mataji's, we don't know who is devotee, who is non-devotee. Do we know who is devotee, who is non-devotee? Do we know that somebody is not coming to Krishna, not coming to Krishna consciousness is not a devotee? We don't know. So we should respect everyone. We should pay obeisances to everybody, every jiva in this planet. That is our conscience should be. Doesn't matter somebody came to satsang or not, somebody is doing chanting or not, doesn't matter. He or she may be devotee or going to become a devotee. So we don't know. We have to fall at the feet of everybody in this planet. That should be our consciousness. Hare Krishna. Let's move to the next sloka, sloka 44. And falling in the sense, not just falling, just physically, falling manasa vacha karmana. It's very important. Maybe let us do with vacha karmana and manasa will come at some point of time slowly. Hare Krishna. It's not very easy to follow manasa. Hare Krishna. Okay. Next sloka. Maharaja Yudhishthira said, here the Maharaja Yudhishthira got all these questions. Now he is asking these questions. Oh, best of saints among the demigods. Oh, best of spiritual leaders. How did Hiranyakasipu give so much trouble to Prahlad Maharaj? Why did he give so much troubles? The pure and exalted saint, although Prahlada was his own son, such a small boy. I wish to know about the subject from you. I want to know more details. Why did he do all these things? So it will come in subsequent chapters. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to read Purport? We just have few more slokas only. We'll go quickly. Purport, anybody wants to read? Hare
Can I
Krishna.
once again, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Yeah,
Hare
Shiva
Krishna.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
thank you so much. To know about the Supreme Personality of God ahead and the characteristics of his pure devotee, one must inquire from authorities like Devarshi Narada. One cannot inquire about transcendental subject matters from a layman. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.25, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayana kadaha. Only by association with the devotees can one authoritatively understand the position of the Lord and his devotees. A devotee like Narada Muni is addressed as Suvrata. Su means good and Vrata means vow. Thus, the word Suvrata refers to a person who has nothing to do with the material world, which is always bad. One cannot understand anything spiritual one cannot understand anything spiritual from a materialistic scholar puffed up with the academic knowledge. As stated, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Bhaktya mamabhijanatihi. One must try to understand Krishna by devotional service from a devotee. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj was quite right in wanting to learn further about Prahlad Maharaj from Sri Narada Muni. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. Wonderful
Thank
reading. Haribol. So he wants to understand more about Prahlad Maharaj because Yudhishthira Maharaj know very clearly if I understand more about devotee, if I understand more here about devotee, then I'm getting association of a devotee. Then there is a chance that I will get a characteristics of a devotee. That is the reason he is asking more about Prahlad Maharaj. So he's saying that Bhaktya Mam Abhichanati, one must try to understand Krishna by devotional service and from a devotee. So from devotee only we can understand devotional service. Then we can do a little of that devotional service to make our lives better, to make our life connect to Krishna, to make this Atma to connect to Paramatma. That is the ultimate goal of this life, right? This is Atma connecting to Paramatma. There is nothing else to do. Hare Krishna. Let's move to the next sloka. Sloka number 45. Translation. A father and mother are always affectionate to their children. That is what generally happens. When a children is further asking this question. This is a question by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Narada Muni. When the children are disobedient to the parents, chastise them. When somebody is disappointed, then only parents chastise them. Not due to enmity. Okay, but only the child's instructions and welfare only parents chastise. But here this is not the case. How did Hiranyakasipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaj, chastise such a noble son? This is what I want to know. Yeah, if somebody is not following instructions, that is what happens. But this is not the case. He's such a noble son. Why he's chastising? He wants to understand more about Prahlad Maharaj. So next sloka, sloka 46. Maharaj Yudhishthira further inquired. This is how he asked. How was it is possible for a father to be so violent? Hiranyakasipu is so violent towards such an exhausted son who is so obedient, well behaved, and respectable to his father. Oh Brahmana, oh master, he is telling to Narada Muni, I have never heard such a contradiction as an affectionate father punishing his noble son. In the history, I never seen something like this. It never came to me with the intention of killing him. Kindly dissipate our doubts in this regard. Please explain me more about Prahlad Maharaj. Why it is happening all this like this? In the history of human society, an affectionate father is rarely found to chastise a noble and devoted son. It never happened. Therefore, Maharaj Yudhishthira wanted Narada Muni to despite about his doubt. He wants to explain more details. Thus, the end of Bhaktivedanta purports of 7th canto, 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Hiranyakasipu tortures the universe. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Sorry, I'm taking a little more time. I'm extremely sorry for that. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I know you all have so many services today, is Sunday. Hare Krishna. Any questions or any comments or anything? Hare Krishna. Lilananda Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Being here, sorry, Prabhu, any kind of
Despite
mistakes.
your bad health,
I'm extremely sorry.
despite Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, despite your bad health, you have still taken the class. I'm so grateful, Prabhuji. And I'm not just praising Prabhuji. You know, really, when you speak, you actually speak from your heart, Prabhuji. And that is what transforms people. You know, many times we speak from our mind. Many times we speak from our intellect, trying to impress people, trying to uh, make sure that people like us when we speak. But that never happens unless we speak from our heart. So today's class, I really felt when you are speaking, you are actually feeling personally how is Prahlad Maharaj and how great is he, and each quality the way you were explaining and the kind of assurance you are giving. that just be a good devotee and remaining Krishna will take care. You started the class like that. It was very, very, even though we hear it many times, we read it many times, but when somebody speaks and says it from heart, it really makes a difference, Prabhuji. Please pray for me that some qualities that you explained today, that we all read today, should come in this life. Thank you, Prabhuji. Really, thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Lilananda Prabhu. It's just your mercy and your kindness, Prabhu. I just read the translation purport, Prabhu. I absolutely don't have any quality. So please pray, okay, for me as well, Prabhuji. Mataji, Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Can I just Dandavat Pranam, Leela Prabhuji? Thank you so much. So many Sikshagaras are here. So Prabhuji, just one thing. Yesterday I was on 7th canto only, so I was reading the whole thing. And I was just wondering, not even, just I want to share this and then I want to have a quick question for that. So Prahlad Maharaj, not even a single line or a translation purport, he never asked Lord's protection, even though he was going through such a thing, because I read the whole thing. So not even, that means Pahimam, Rakshamam, I never heard from him. So such a great devotee he is. I was wondering what, because I was reading the second canto also at that time. No, because I was just comparing. Uddhava, because just now as far as I remember, it was Shloka 38 or 39, you were explaining me. So that even while he's drinking, sleeping, and laying down, whenever, so he never forgets the Lord, even a moment. So it happened with Uddhava also, because Uddhava was doing the same thing. And he even forgets his, eating when his mother has to call him for the breakfast and everything. That we will read in the second canto, where he was telling to Maitreya about this, about the Lord. So even Dhruva also attained that perfection when he was 5 years old. But I did not understand what's the difference between these three, because when it comes to Prahlad Maharaj, he attained such a great perfection. Not even a single moment he forgets the Lord. You just about the forget the Lord. He even doesn't care about him and the thing. And Lord came for himself. But when Uddhava, in one moment at one point, Uddhava feels proud of his knowledge when Krishna wants to send as ambassador to the Gopikas, to the Vrindavan. And even when Dhruva Maharaj also, at one phase of life, when he lost his brother, Uttama, so at that time he fights with Gandharva Sikshas, whoever it be. So at that time, everyone has to summon, because he developed such a kind of attachment to his brother. And even Buddha also uh, feels proud of his knowledge. But in all the three cases, Prahlad Maharaj stands outstanding, when he's outstanding in everything. How it is possible? Because I couldn't coordinate with, I could not connect with this, and say if anything.
How it is possible in the sense, Mataji, when I read it today, he had a strong desire. Okay. So as I mentioned, in his previous birth, he was a Brahmana, already Brahmana. He had a strong desire that he wants to do 100% devotion service to Krishna in his previous birth. Okay. Because of that desire, okay, I would think Krishna has granted. Okay. That is my understanding. Yeah. Uh, maybe uh, even for Uddhava as well, uh, Krishna know that he maybe he has some pride on his knowledge. Then he sent to Vrindavan. Then when he has seen the Gopas and all that, finally his pride has give up his pride, and he said that I want to take birth in Vrindavan and I want to live even as a grass, so that while Gopas going on me, so that I get some devotion. Yeah. So that also happened. So he has taken off. Okay, that is my understanding, Mataji. So because of his strong desire, and he got this kind of devotion is my understanding. So I'm not sure if is there any other and also subsequently it is coming. I'm not sure. Okay, few more chapters are coming. How he got the devotion? Okay, in next chapters, if I see, we are at a chapter 4. And then the next chapter is coming. Prahlada instructs his demon. What is Prahlada? They learned from whom? The chapter 7. Okay, what exactly he has learned? In chapter 7, we are going to hear. What is Prahlada learned from the womb? Okay, so maybe those things will help us to gain more understanding. How did he got this level of devotion, Mataji, Shivali Mataji? Chapter 7. Maybe we may get more pointers from there. Maybe Leelanda Prabhu or anyone can add more points.
No, Prabhu, actually, no, because right from the childhood, these all three, Uddhava, Prahalada, and Dhruva Maharaj, but still, is it because of Maya, even though they were so attached with Krishna? So I was really wondering how anything could happen. So Prahalad Maharaj is so stood first. He's
What made him the difference? We need to find. But this is a very valid point. Maybe it is worth to analyze and compare. Okay, these three exalted devotees and see how the difference. What made Prahlad Maharaj is really different when compared to even Dhruva. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dhruva
maybe as
Maharaj.
you said from the previous birth, he's a
Uh,
Soma Sharma.
yeah.
I think that's
And also hearings,
yeah.
Mataji. And also in chapter 7, what is that Prahlad Maharaj really learned from the womb? That is also, there is a chapter.
Yes,
Okay. A
because
chapter is there for
blessings of the Narada Muni. Yeah, that's what
Narada
I was
Muni.
about to say.
Blessings
The
of Narada Muni.
gurus.
In fact, Dhruva Maharaj also has a blessing, but the Dhruva Maharaj blessings and Dhruva Maharaj intentions were slightly different. Okay. The devotion was slightly different. It is mixed. It is not fully alloyed because he had the desires when he did the tapasya. Correct? The devotion levels and the underlying reasons were slightly different, Mataji, for Dhruva Maharaj. Yeah. What is the other devotee you mentioned, Mataji? Dhruva Maharaj is one. Uddhava. Uddhava. Uddhava, we need to understand a little more of 11th canto. Yeah. I don't know much about Uddhava. Yeah. Maybe at some point of time we'll do that comparison, Mataji, and see what is that we could do.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
that's
But this
really,
is one,
thank
first
you,
of all,
thank you.
wonderful thought process, Mataji, to even compare and think how Prahlad Maharaj really made difference. And that itself will help us to extract some qualities for us. Not to get the qualities, but at least have the desire. Forget about getting, but having desire. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
no, that's really great. And as usual, it's really an amazing class. I never miss your class. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. It's all just your kindness, Mataji. I
Hare
just
Krishna
read the
Prabhuji, Hare
translations and
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very wonderful class, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much,
So
Prabhu.
when Gaurang Darshan or somebody is like that, when comes, we have to have a class of the comparison of these three.
Yes,
So,
yes. We can
so
ask this
you put
question.
it in mind to ask
Yes,
whatever this class,
yes,
it will be
yes, yes.
so useful and very.
Yeah.
You
We'll try
can,
to pose this question.
yeah,
To
yeah,
Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. Yeah.
yeah.
It will be very helpful in
So this
subsequent.
will be an excellent class if we ask for this class when he comes once.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sure.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu. Thank you,
You
Mahanta Prabhu.
have given a very wonderful and excellent class today.
Thank you. I did nothing, Prabhuji.
Hats
I
off to
just
you.
read the translations and purpose.
Hats off to
Nothing
you.
else.
This is mesmerizing.
I just read translations and purpose, Prabhu. Nothing else I did. I just not gone beyond even single line or single word out of that. Okay.
In your health
Thanks.
conditions, so you have to present. This presentation is looking excellent. Though you are having cough and cold like that, you have given a super duper class.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prasad Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhar Prabhu. Thank you for staying here. You know everything, Prabhu. You read multiple times, Prabhu. So thank you being here and blessing. Thank you, Prabhu. I just read translations and purpose, Prabhu. Nothing else. Thank you,
Sufficient.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. If you
Hare
are good,
Krishna
we can.
Prabhuji.
Satyadev Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nandatula.
ప్రభుజీ అదే మనము చదివాం ఇందాక ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ లో ప్రహ్లాద్ మహారాజ్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ బోత్ మన
Yes.
స్పిరిచువల్ వరల్డ్ అండ్
Yes.
ఈ వాజ్ ఆల్సో దేర్ ఇన్
Material
మెటీరియల్ వరల్డ్.
world. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
అంటే అప్పటికే ఈస్ దేర్ అనుకోవచ్చా? అంటే ఇంత ఎర్లీగా వచ్చేసింది అంటే ఆఫ్టర్ అంటే దేవుడి దర్శనం అయిన తర్వాత ఆయన ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత అంటారు ఆయన అంటారు
అదంతా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత జనరల్ గా అసలు ప్రభుపాదుల వారు పప్పట్లో రాస్తున్నారు. జనరల్ గా ప్రహ్లాద్ మహారాజ్ ఆయన సుతలంలో ఉన్నారు, వైకుంఠంలో ఉన్నారు అని జనరల్ గా చెప్తున్నారు. అప్పుడు అని చెప్పట్లా, జనరల్ గా చెప్పారు.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో అంటే ఈజ్ టెలింగ్ ద క్వాలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ ఏ డివోటీ అనమాట. ఎటువంటి క్వాలిటీస్ వస్తాయి అని చెప్తున్నారు అనమాట. అది గ్లోరిఫై చేయడానికి చెప్తున్నారు అనమాట అక్కడ. శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ వారు మనకి చెప్పారు ఆయన సుతాల లోకంలో ఉంటారు, వైకుంఠంలో కూడా ఉంటారు అని.
ఓకే ఓకే అంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఈ జన్మలో బర్త్ వల్ల ఆయన అట్లా వచ్చిందా లేదంటే పూర్వజన్మలో ఇప్పుడు మీరు అన్నారు కదా అవరసం వాసు శర్మ
వాసు శర్మ
అలాగా
వాసు
సో
శర్మ లైఫ్ లో ఏం జరిగిందంటే ఆయనకు ఒక స్ట్రాంగ్ డిజైర్ ఏర్పడింది అనమాట. హీ హాస్ టేకెన్ ఏ ఓ సేయింగ్ దట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు బికమ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ డివోటీ అని ఒక ప్రతిజ్ఞ చేసుకున్నారు అప్పుడు ఆయన. ఓకే, ప్రతిజ్ఞ చేసుకున్నారు, డిజైర్ ఉంది, కానీ కొన్ని సెన్స్ ఎంజాయ్మెంట్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఆ జన్మ అయిపోయింది, తర్వాత జన్మ ఇది వచ్చింది అనమాట. ఈ హ్యాడ్ ఏ
ఓకే
స్ట్రాంగ్
ఓకే
డిజైర్ కాబట్టి కృష్ణ హ్యాస్ గ్రాంటెడ్.
ఓకే ఓకే
అది
Hare Krishna Prabhu, when he is having so much strong desire and born in Brahmana caste, in this next birth in Hiranyakashipu family has given birth.
కృష్ణ నోస్ ప్రభు, ఎక్కడ భర్తిస్తే ఎక్కడ నాలెడ్జ్ వస్తుందో కృష్ణుడికి తెలుసు. అందుకే ఒక రాక్షస ఫ్యామిలీలోంచి పుట్టించి నారద మహర్షిని కనెక్ట్ చేశారు. నారద మహర్షిని కనెక్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల ఈ గాట్ ఆల్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ వెన్ హీ వాజ్ ఇన్ బాంబ్. మనకు తెలియదు కదా, మనకి బ్రాహ్మణ ఫ్యామిలీలో వస్తేనే నాలెడ్జ్ వస్తుందని మనకు తెలియదు కదా. కృష్ణ నోస్ ఎక్కడ పుట్టిస్తే నాలెడ్జ్ వస్తుంది అనేది కృష్ణుడికే తెలుస్తుంది, మనకు తెలియదు. నారదుడే గురువు అయ్యన్నాడు ప్రహ్లాద్ మహారాజ్కి. అదే బ్రాహ్మణ ఫ్యామిలీ పుట్టితే నారదుడు అయ్యి ఉండకపోవచ్చు కదా. అది ఓకేనా ప్రభు? హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I understood.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ, వండర్ఫుల్ క్లాస్ ప్రభుజీ.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's all just your kindness, Prabhu. I only read the translations and puppets, nothing. In fact, you all read. I did nothing. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ కీ జై.
की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
वाञ्छा
कृपा
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
सिन्धुभ्यः च
कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च
पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
ప్రభుపాద్ కీ జై. ప్రసాద్ ప్రభు కీ జై.
Just read. Shilpa Mataji, you want to close the call here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you all
Thank
for
you very much,
joining.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this opportunity, Mataji. Yeah. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.